Welcome to This is the Place, brought to you by We Own This Town, where we discuss the ever-growing and shrinking restaurant and bar options in Nashville, Tennessee. My name is Matt.
And I'm Mickey.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. What is going on? It's
a
beautiful day here in Nashville.
We got lucky. Because
yeah.
It was pretty bad yesterday, and I think it's going to rain.
But today,
days,
we got sunshine.
Beautiful, and thank goodness, because there is a bounce house in my backyard right now. I'm doing good.
What are you drinking
I'm
over
drinking
there?
some East Park coffee, cappuccino. I had a donut earlier.
Is that East Park donuts and coffee?
It is donuts
and you got
and
the coffee.
Yeah, I did get the coffee.
Thanks for bringing the donuts. I also had a glazed donut, a glazed brioche donut.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
I had there's a CBD
Wow. What?
donut. Yes.
Nashville?
I got the last one.
I did. I don't know how to say this. I was there the day before, and the plate and the little
flag,
flag with the placard on there. The plate was empty.
Okay.
But he's like, no, I got more in the back.
Oh,
the lady in front of me was like, I'm gonna have one of those, and he's like, oh, you're out. She's like, no, I got some more in the back. So
nice.
But it's officially good to go in Nashville as far as that goes. Nice, man.
So started the day off good, and having a pretty good cappuccino. Now tell me.
Oh, okay. Look, if it says coffee on the sign, it's about the coffee.
Then you think it's not all about the coffee.
It is. It is about the coffee too.
Okay. All right. So East Park. What does it say first? Donuts and coffee. So donuts is by far the emphasis.
Yes.
By far them. I mean, yes, they do have a machine to make lattes.
They have quite a selection.
Cappuccino.
They also have a menu.
They have it's not a selection I would say like other places have, like Americanos
It qualifies as a coffee shop also. I'm just
all right.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna go to East Park and just say, you know what, I'm just gonna
coffee.
have a latte, and you're not gonna get a donut.
I have seen that.
Okay.
I was.
I don't know if I believe that.
I did see that.
Okay.
And it might have been that they didn't have the donut the guy was looking for. It wasn't cinnamon roll day, and he got a coffee and left. And it was cold and dreary and rainy outside.
Because when I think I'm going to go to a coffee shop to get coffee, I'm going to go to Bongo. I'm going to go to Sip. I'm going to go to
You're
Americano.
challenging me to go and see if some of the places that do fancy toast or coffee, it's on the sign.
Yeah.
Slowhand.
Coffee and bakery.
And they're
bakery and coffee.
No, I think it says bake shop.
That's right. Okay.
And coffee.
Yeah.
So it's about the baked goods, but it's also about the coffee.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'll find out. But the next episode.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to promise that, but I'll say, tell me about your coffee. Do you have a barista?
Okay. All right.
Or maybe they can just get to us, get at us, people. Let us know what's up with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so we went to Slowhand. I see it as I do East Park. East Park is about the donut. Slowhand is about the baked goods. It's about the sandwiches, the biscuits that they have. It's about the toast that they have. And, they have, Americano, cappuccino, latte. And yes, it does say coffee on the name. But to me, like, okay, so as long as their coffee is decent, is good, it's not bad, then that's
fine. Don't mention it if it's decent. Don't put it on your sign. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Dude, I'm saying, I'm going to go to both those places and just have coffee. Now, one of them, I happened to be there the other day.
Yeah.
And you know what I had?
Just coffee.
That was it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's all.
I don't see how that's some strong willpower.
And the coffee was very hot.
Too hot.
It was hot.
Yeah.
And, but you want your coffee to be hot, but it wasn't.
You wouldn't,
it just wasn't, Anyway, like I said, if coffee's on your sign, it needs to be.
Well, they don't have the money if you sue them because you get scalding hot coffee on your leg.
There is no litigation. I'm sorry. I just said the coffee
like
was
McDonald's.
hot. That's how. What? Don't even say
the old lady,
dude.
Anyway,
come on.
So I tell you what, though, when I went back to Slowhand I realized why I do like it. So I went back and I think the first time I had their chicken sandwich, which was fantastic. And then I went back and I had their toast. So the first time I went there and we went on the other side where I think the Pelican and Pig restaurant portion is going to be. And it was really smoky, a little almost too much. And I don't know, maybe their air vent wasn't working quite well. And then when we went there this past week and I had their toast and I ate on that other side and it still had that kind of smoky, a little smoky feel to it. You could smell it, but it wasn't nearly as strong. So I think maybe that was just an outlier. I don't know. It wasn't too bad, but it did remind me of home because I don't know if you ever remember back in the 80s.
Wait, whoa, you're saying, your childhood home?
My house that I grew up in.
You guys had a wood burning stove?
We had a wood burning stove. Yes. And that was that was like a big thing back in the 80s, right? And so people would try to heat their whole house. Oh, no, yes. I'm from the country. With the wood burning stove. You would have this automatic like heat vents that would come out.
It would be an iron contraption and you would shove the logs in there and stoke it up.
Yep. And
put a bit of water on there
and a good 20-foot radius. It was so warm.
You get as close as you could to see how hot your jeans could get without moving.
And then you get outside that radius, and your house was fucking cold because your parents were cheap and would try to keep the heat off because they're like, we got a wood burning stove. But the thing is, so our chimney like faced south, and it was kind of a low ceiling, a low roof, so it didn't take much wind. And the smoke would kick back into our house pretty easily, and it sucked. And so our house smelled like bacon a lot.
Dude, but I mean, bacon is awesome.
Bacon is awesome. Bacon is awesome. But it's funny because, later on, years past, I would speak to like one of my brother's friends, and I'd be like, yeah, we'd be hanging out at your house. And he'd be like, yeah, your house smelled like bacon. And one of my friends would be like, yeah, man, your house smelled like bacon all the time.
That's funny.
But that Slowhand kind of reminded me of that. It made me a little slightly nostalgic for my home that I grew up in. But
was bacon on the menu?
It wasn't on the menu.
But the restaurant that's coming, the Pelican and Pig. That's bacon. Okay.
Yeah, it is. Right. But anyway, the toast at Slowhand, I had that, and they fire grilled it, and it was amazing. It was a mushroom toast, crispy toast, soft on the inside. Had a really good, like, kind of zesty ricotta. Anyway, great. I like both their baked goods and their toasts that I've had so far. Anyway,
well, I mean, that's what it's about. It's on the sign. It's the first thing on the sign.
It is.
But the coffee, yeah. Okay. All right. So, man, what I am very much looking forward to our conversation today.
Yeah.
Our featured place. But before we get to that,
okay.
There was an episode that we had a few episodes back, and we talked about Jeremiah Blake and the Green Hour. Got some very sad news this week that he is not going to be there anymore. He's no longer going to be at the Green Hour. Not sure what he's doing next, but I'm sure we will definitely talk to him and see what's on the horizon.
But he's there this weekend, or is he done?
I think this episode is being recorded.
Oh, yeah.
I try not to timestamp it because
that's right.
A lot of this stuff, I mean, I'd love to give you an events calendar every time, but we may have to crank these out
that's right. He's done.
Daily.
He's done.
No, but I'm just saying, but he will be out there, and we'll let you know what he's doing. But keep up with him, check him out. But so that's sad news.
Well, it's sad, but maybe it's, exciting
it's
for him.
Always good.
It's on the horizon.
It's always good.
Hopefully there's
it's always
something good.
There's something around the corner.
And I did go back there and actually have one of the absinthe drinks, and it was really interesting.
It was absinthe.
It was absinthe. I liked the whole process of it. It was great.
Cool. Very cool.
One other thing that we've mentioned a couple other times on past episodes that I think is going to be opening really soon is the Catio. It looks like it was mentioned in Native. They interview both the ladies that are opening it up, and I do have to say,
dude, do not talk to me about cats and coffee No.
You know what? I think this is going to be my new favorite place.
Man, come on.
Because it is going to be the best of both worlds. I know there's going to be a cat, and I'm going to go ahead and name him Lester.
Oh my God! I mean, this could cost me my situation here.
No, dude.
As I stare at the cat calendar on the wall.
Well, yeah, I know how you feel about cats, and you feel the same way that my wife does. And let me tell you why this might be my new favorite place.
Because you can go and have all your cat experience without actually having to have it at home.
Number one reason. No cat box. I don't have to change.
You don't have to change the litter.
Change the litter box. Gotcha. And you know how cats are, kind of fickle, right? I grew up with cats. I love cats, but even my cats, after 10 minutes, are like, move on. They didn't want to have anything to do with me. So I go. I have some really good coffee. I have some good baked goods. I hang out with Lester. We bond. He sits on my lap for a couple of minutes, and then we part ways, and everybody's happy.
Man, I don't know how to feel about that. Is it okay to have a place of cats and people are?
Yeah, but the place is going to be. There's going to be a separation. There's going to be two doors.
I get it. But yeah. Are petting zoos okay?
Yeah.
Okay, just
what's wrong with petting zoos?
All right, okay, I'm just saying. But this is a great idea. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. And also, what I read too, the only downside is I go and visit, and maybe Lester will be gone next time because what they're going to be doing is adopting cats, which is a great cause.
All right, so we just talked about a place called the Catio. The premise is, you can go get a cup of coffee or whatever.
Some good vegan baked goods
that are top of the list, and there'll also be cats there. Now, what you need to understand, though, is this is not the first time an establishment like this is opened. I think they're popular around the country and maybe out of the country also. I've heard about these places, and we're finally getting one in Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be open in the next couple of weeks, I believe. I mean, the article is in native is
before the end of the year, before the end of 2018.
But anyway, it looks like it's they're about hopefully going to be opening the doors real soon, and I'm going to be cozying up to a cat. I can tell you that much.
That sounds good. It's wintertime.
Yeah,
so
moving on. So I went to a restaurant.
Oh,
and
nice.
That's what we're going to talk about. Oh, do you have anything else you want to mention?
No, I'm solid. I think now, when I began to think about this process and putting together a podcast about the food and drink scene, there are certain places that are markers as to what is great in town, and they're doing things on a whole nother level. And I believe the place that you dined is such an establishment. It's called Bastion.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bastion has been around since February 2016.
Okay.
They are part of Strategic Hospitality.
Okay.
Which is it's a restaurant group. They have various different ventures. Exciting things coming up. We talked about a place that closed that was on Broadway that they used to have. That it's going to be...
Oh, that's...
it's going to be opening up. It's going to be exciting later on. There are a few other... Pinewood Social, the French restaurant on the west side that you like, that's them. Henrietta Red's, that's them.
Oh, okay.
Catbird Seat, Patterson House. They are a part of Nashville's, I would say, the new food scene.
They really help shepherd in
the cocktail culture, all those things. Bastion... They opened up here in the Wedgewood Houston neighborhood.
Yeah.
And Bastion, do you know what Bastion means?
No, I don't know what the definition is.
It's a place or system in which something such as an old-fashioned idea continues to strive.
Okay.
And Bastion is just kind of like they have a bar on the side where there's the bar. It's cocktails, fantastic cocktails. And you've been to the bar, right?
Yeah, I've been on both sides.
What I mean, and they usually have, I mean, on the bar side, it's all about the cocktail culture. You know,
Yeah.
they have, they usually have punch of the day. They have a selection of old fashions, the classic du jour, and it's usually a special drink that you're featuring, and you're gonna say, I'll have that usually.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and then they have a selection of cocktails, as well as the one thing that people talk about the most if they go to the bar at Bastion. They don't have a food menu. They have one thing, and
That's all they need.
it's the nachos.
We had the nachos, and I don't know I don't know if it's the meat. I mean, because we got it with meat.
Well, you have a choice. You can either do the pork nachos,
Yeah.
or you can do vegetarian, and both are equally as good.
Are they?
I
Okay.
mean, it's if you think you just want to have a beer and nachos, go to Bastion.
Yeah. It's
Go to the
real
bar,
thin
and it will
chips.
be
I
absolutely
mean,
fantastic.
Yeah, it's
And it is about
really good
I mean,
nachos.
there's some magic in those.
Yeah.
I spent 1 year not having them, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like I'm sitting at the bar and they're being made, and I can smell them. Or 3 people, bachelorette party, they got them.
Right.
Person next to me, they have them. I mean, all different hours of the night, and they can only make so many. It's gonna
Right.
run out at some point. But I managed not to have them for a year because they were so good, and that was
man.
such a hard thing.
yeah.
But I learned something, and also they have a selection of beers. They have some craft beers. They have four beers on tap, PBR on tap, and 3 other ones. And there's one that kind of rotates, a stout or a porter. They usually
Right.
rotate that. And then you can get a High Life
Little pony. Yeah.
a tiny one, so you
Yeah.
can get one of those. And then they have craft
Champagne
beers.
of beers.
They have they have craft beers. They have canned craft beers too, and also a wine selection, Boilermakers, and what have you.
Right.
So I've spent quite a bit of time on the bar side,
Right.
and the restaurant. I mean, I didn't really realize that it was there. You know, because it's almost like it's hidden. You know.
Yeah.
And I remember having drinks, and I saw some old friends that I hadn't seen in a while. It was he was there with his wife, and we were talking. They're like, "Oh yeah, we were thinking about going to dinner or whatever." And I was like, "Well, Bastion has a restaurant right over here to see if they have an opening." So they go, and they come back. I'm still drinking after they finished their meal, and they were like, "This is by far one of the best dining experiences I've ever had."
Yeah.
You know, and they also have a small bar over there on that side.
Yeah.
You've got the bar.
Yeah.
Definitely go. Great hang. There's usually a record playing, an actual vinyl record playing. The atmosphere is pretty
great.
cool.
It's
They
cool.
have art. The aesthetics
Couches,
are fine. It's
it's
very nice.
laid back.
But I highly recommend it. And they're open from 5 to 2 a.m. Monday through Sunday on the bar side there. And no reservations required for the bar. You just kind of pop in there.
No, you don't need.
Now, the restaurant, on the other hand,
Different story.
yeah, I mean, the restaurant it's small. It's a 24-seater restaurant.
Yeah. So it's the way it's set up is, I think there are 10 seats at the bar, and then I think there are.
You're talking about the
No,
bar.
I'm sorry. Where you eat, where you dine.
That's what I'm saying. So when you go in, you can also have drinks on the Bastion restaurant side. There's a small bar there.
Really small bar.
And they have an amazing cocktail program.
Yeah.
And you can go just for that.
Yeah, you can pop
And
in.
it is absolutely fantastic. And that's a nice introduction to getting to the restaurant eventually. And it's smaller. It's nice. Guys, if you're on a date, pop over there on that side and have a drink. But it's a 24-seater, the restaurant is. And you were mentioning they have a bar.
So most
where
likely
you're
going to
chefs
be sitting at the bar, because there are actually only, I think, 4 tables, maybe, not at the bar. So if you're a party of 2, you're going to most likely be sitting at the kitchen bar, sitting in front of the chefs as they're making everything, which is kind of what I would prefer, because you see everything.
You can do a la carte menu for parties of 1 to 4. And for parties of 4 to 6 with reservations, they offer a prefix meal. And large format dinner party for that number of people also. It's called the Feast. And from what I got, I think you get everything on the menu. Yeah. So it's pretty amazing. Yeah. But that's kind of how the seating arrangement goes. And I'm going to tell you up front, you're going to have to you're gonna have to make reservations.
Yes.
I mean, they accept walk-ins, but reservations must be made online. And when I say you make a reservation, it's just like buying a concert ticket.
Yeah.
You purchase it,
So
the number of people that you say you're going to have, that's what you got, and it's
not only
real.
that, you get online to make the reservation, and you're on the clock. Actually, you have because when I tried,
don't feel
yeah,
rushed
no, it's fine
at all.
It's no big deal.
It doesn't
it's no
mean
big
it that
deal.
way.
I mean, but it did
it's very
happen.
popular.
The first time that I tried to make a reservation is we were trying to figure out a right day and time. We're trying to figure out the babysitting situation, and I went on and I looked at a time. An hour later, I went on and tried to look at the time, and like it was gone. That's just because of the size of it and how popular it is. That's just how it is.
Quickly,
they go quick, and so I had to make a reservation almost 3 weeks out. Which is probably pretty standard. And
you can make your reservation as far out up to 4 weeks in advance.
Okay. Yeah. And when you do make the reservation, you do have to put a small deposit down.
Yes, sir.
Because they want to make sure that it's an experience.
It's just necessary to put a deposit down. But it's well worth. Well, yeah. I think Matt's going to tell me about experience. So Bastion is open Wednesday through Saturday. The restaurant is 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. And the little bar, as they call it inside the restaurant, is open from 5:30 to 11 p.m.
Okay.
So, Matt.
All right. So
how was your dinner? Who did you go
took
with?
My wife
Special
and
occasion?
anniversary,
nice.
and kind of squeezed in with birthday as well.
Anniversary.
I like that. Of course, we took a lift over this way, and we got there a little early, not tremendously early, but a little early. And when I was walking up, I ran into the Psalm,
Alex,
and who had actually.
You definitely want to speak to Alex if you do dine at Bastion. He will not steer you in the wrong direction.
Yeah, and we had actually hung out once, and he like looked at me and I was like, "Hey, have you been here before?" And then we kind of reconnected and realized, oh, okay, yeah. And he was like, well, why don't you come on in and have a drink first at the little bar? So we did. We walked in and they got us some seats, and Andrew, the bartender, took care of us. He, suggested a couple of things, and we each got 2 drinks. And the thing is, they describe everything in great detail. You say, all right, I want this. And he's like, okay, this is blah, 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 this and this kind of gin. It's the blah, blah, blah. Really, really good detail. And he's like, sound good? And both of us were like, yes, sounds fantastic. And then he made the drink. And he was just so accommodating, very nice, very professional, but laid back. And we hung out there for about 15 minutes. And, I guess when I talked to Alex, maybe I told him. I don't even remember if I told him my name, but I didn't tell him my last name. But I mentioned Andrew. I said, I think we're coming up on our time to get seated. He's like, no, I know. You guys are fine. We got you. They're taking care of your seats right now. Just give us a couple more minutes. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. And then shortly after that, Molly came over and, said, all right, we're ready for you, and took us into the kitchen area. And they just said, all right, we'll bring a drink. They brought our drinks. They said, we'll take care of everything. I didn't have to close out my tab or anything like that with Andrew. And so we went to the kitchen area, sat at the kitchen bar. And so it's set up, there are usually 4 or 5 chefs in kind of that bar semicircle area where they make everything. And one of the cool things about it is it just seems like everybody is working it as one unit, right? I mean, everybody is there to accommodate you. There's not somebody like, hey, my name is so-and-so. I'll be blah, blah, to take care of you. I mean, everybody says, hey, my name is blah, whoever, and here's your seats or here's a drink, but nobody's saying like, I'm the person that's going to take care of you, because everybody there takes care of you, whether it's, Alex
from
or Molly, from the door, from the moment you walk in to all the chefs, and that was one thing that Libby noticed, she was just like this. I mean, and also, obviously if you have to put a $50 deposit down, it's, it's not a cheap restaurant. In the past, not necessarily anymore, when you typically think of, expensive type of restaurants, you think stuffy, you think maybe a little snooty, you think, I don't know, like you have to dress a certain way.
Yeah.
This place is not like that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the most laid back.
It's inviting.
Yeah. Josh, who I think is one of the head chefs there.
Josh is the chef. He's the heart of the place.
Yeah. I saw him. They had a turntable on that side, and he was manning the turntable.
It's his collection that's playing on that turntable.
Yeah. The whole wall of records on that side.
Do you remember what was playing?
Well, I remember he played Average White Band. I saw that, and before that, he had some really, I don't know, some obscure soul record because I saw what it was, and it was awesome, but I wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just one of those things where everybody's like super cool, super just nice, like they just want to make sure that you're gonna have a great experience, So anyway, we sit at the bar, and Alex comes over and explains the drink menu, and then he said, if you have any questions about the dinner menu, let us know. So the dinner is set up in 5 courses, and you're given a card, and so there's 3 options per course. And the last option, the last course is a dessert course. And so you look at the card and you check off what you want. So each person has a card. And I believe they call it tasting courses for the most part. And then there is sort of an entree course. And if you have any questions, any of the chefs, they did say like Johnny will be the chef that you'll be in front of, but I think we had 3 different chefs make stuff for us, and at different times they all, different ones would give us our food. So we asked questions about a couple of items on the menu. They would go into detail about them. We checked off what we wanted, then we gave them our cards, and then they just started bringing the menu items as needed. And so like the first one that I had was a raw oyster and horseradish dish. Libby had some beef tartare that was amazing. I'm not going to go too much on the menu. It changes all the time. But like I had a spiny lobster and pumpkin dish. I had some rabbit and cabbage. Libby had some raw cobia with buttermilk. I mean, and they're very, obviously each dish has a lot more to it than just those. That's why they put these just kind of main items on the card, but every time they would bring you a new dish, they would explain every single thing on it. Yeah. Which usually is, five or 6.
Yeah. It's they serve an ever evolving 5-course and it a la carte meal. That's how the menu changes. So changes from week to week. I mean, seasonal.
And then
but you have it at least 3 selection in each category.
Yeah, right? It's 3 selections for every category.
So there's something for everybody.
Yeah, and there is a box for it that says "Let's try everything."
Yeah,
if you want to try everything, and also there is a flight option for where they will pair wines with whatever you choose, and so we got that option, and Alex is just so knowledgeable. I mean, every time he'd bring up a new glass, he would have the bottle, glass, and then just explain in great detail about the glass, about the bottle, where it came from, what it is. And it's just great presentation. And so, we went through everything. I mean, I don't know what to say other than it was just one of the best dining experiences I've ever had, all around. I mean, just the atmosphere.
It felt good.
It felt great. It felt great.
That's what you want if you're going out to eat.
Yeah, and honestly, like for the price, I was honestly a little surprised at the price because I felt like it was going to be more than what it was, but it was fantastic.
Yeah, I would say reasonably priced. Mm-hmm. You can get out there without breaking the bank if you just want something light, because it is small plates and what have you.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I mean, Bastion is kind of a marker of where you want to be if you're going to open up anything in Nashville.
Yeah.
It's one of the best places in town, and I can safely say, not best place in town, I can say that it's definitely, this is the place.
Yeah,
it's definitely somewhere that you want to be. And what you said about it being one of the best dining experiences, I've had numerous friends go, and that's the same thing that they said to me.
Yeah.
And it's not because they knew somebody there or what have you.
Yeah.
Whether they took their mom or their girlfriend or their wife or whatever. It's just it's a really great experience.
It was fun.
And
it was just
that's what you
I don't
want.
know how to describe it other than like really good food and just fun.
Yeah.
Great, cool, laid back, everybody super attuned to, everybody's needs. Nobody was overbearing. Like, they let us have our conversation.
Yeah.
They talk to us when they want to talk to, when they know that we need to be, had a question or anything, but everybody, it was just great.
Yeah. Alex, Josh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was
a fantastic experience, especially much. Josh. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you'll be back?
God, yes.
Okay.
I mean, maybe I might wait till spring. I don't know.
Well, I'm like, hey, folks, holidays may be coming up around the corner, or a special occasion, or just a Friday night or a Saturday night out or a Wednesday.
I tell you what,
go and check it out.
Just to go hang out at the Little Bar. The Little Bar was awesome. I mean, the bartender, Andrew, again, was so great. And the drink, I had a drink called Sage and Pear, a gin drink. And I'm not necessarily a big gin drinker. I drink it on rare occasion. But it was, it was really, really good.
So from the cocktails to the meal, spot on.
Yeah. And that was a drink where I felt like I was getting every penny's worth without a doubt.
Well, it's definitely worth it. It's a great value.
Yeah.
And I heard that your wife was trying to crash the podcast to make sure everyone really knows how great Bastion is.
Yeah.
And,
towards the end of our dinner last night, she said, "So, can I come on the podcast?" Because I want to talk about how great it is.
So you've been listening to This Is the Place, and we were talking about Bastion. You can find out more about the restaurant and the bar at bastionnashville.com. And again, they're open Wednesday through Saturday, 5:30 to 9:30. And then the little bar inside the restaurant is open 5:30 to 11. Okay. And then the big bar on the other side is open till 2 a.m. So check it out, and we'd love to get some feedback from you, and you can do that
at This Is The Place Twitter or Instagram at This Is The Place. Yeah, just let us know, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Can we email you too?
Yes, you can email us at thisistheplace@gmail.com. Although I don't know who emails anymore. But I don't.
Okay. All right. Fine. You know what we can do? I say this at the end of every show, but we should probably, hit some bars later. Go dive bar or something.
I think next episode we actually might finally
talk about it. Well, it's a great time to talk about it because it's holidays. Friends come in town that have moved away, old buddies, whatever, or you're trying to just get away from the family for a moment, or if you have a rare night off and you want to go knock one back. We're gonna get there. We're gonna let you know.
That's right.
What
it's gonna be a good one.
A dive bar. And,
Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. All right. So remember, eat up, drink up, and if anybody asks you, this is the place you want to be. We'll see you next time.
Take it easy.
Bye. I did. I had a CBD donut this morning.
So you're feeling all right. Don't put that on the air. No. Hey, that's what they're doing. Hey, he's advertising today.
Yeah. I'm going to mention it.
Say this episode's brought to you by CBD, man.
I'm feeling good.
It's in Tennessee. We got it.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Are you ready?
I think so.
I think we're gonna,
as ready as we're going to be.
We're spinning these tails and it's down.